JPH podcast. Dirty laundry and white lies. That's our featured artist of the month, Evil Jones out of Findlay, Ohio. Really good. They got a debut album that came out last year, 2020. It was called House of Prayer. That was Pocket Change off that album. And seen them live. They're really good. I mean, you really need to check them out if you like that kind of music. They got a show coming up, I believe, March 5th. Yes, March 5th at Venue 18. It's the old Crow's Nest out there in Fostoria, Ohio. They're playing with, I believe it's a Motorhead tribute band. So get your tickets for that and check them out.
I got to say, too, you and I were talking about them earlier, and they do very much remind me of when we were younger and going to the old Roxanne's.
Oh, yeah.
Cry of Love.
Cry of Love, yeah.
They are very familiar.
Yeah.
Cry of Love. Very good band from what I've heard, and this is the first I've heard them.
Yeah, they are very good. Tony's known a few of the members longer than I have. I've known the singer Rob here for probably a couple of years. He was in a local band, Bouncin' Betty. But he was in resin and with Timmy Swartz, and he's played with Bagley and them guys back way in the day. But Tony's known with Al and
the two Al's.
Yeah, the two Al's, and it's hilarious because I believe the drummer is actually a bass player.
Yeah,
by firsthand, and it's
back in the Sledge days.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's pretty cool stuff, man. So yeah, definitely check them out. They're our featured artist for the month of January. So check them out. You can see them on their Facebook page.
Where can you buy the album from?
You can get them right off their Facebook page. You can hit them up on their Evil Jones Facebook page. And
is that like Dr. Evil?
It is evil with a smile. Rob's a good front man. It's a pretty good band. I like them. They're definitely a fun style of music too. I mean, I definitely like them.
Well, Al, I don't know. Al's just a monster guitar player.
God, he's an animal.
If you ever go see him live, like he's not flashy.
No,
you know what I mean?
he's
not flashy, but he's solid. The whole band's solid first off. But like he's very comfortable. What he wants to do, he does. Like he's not like there's no whoopses. I mean, he's on it.
Can I ask you, because you played at the Strand recently again? Is this the guy that was playing guitar at the Strand?
No, that was John Glock.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it was John Glock, who was another amazing guitar player. He's really good. My gosh. Oh man, I was up there and I was like, wow, this is incredible. This guy plays like amazing, man. But no, that's another guy altogether. No, and actually, me and Bubba, we actually went to Roxanne's and seen these guys, Evil Jones. They played there. I think it's called. Can't remember what it's called. The new.
It changes all the time.
Yeah. He changed.
I would probably drive right by it today and not even recognize it, would be my guess. Unless it's Deja Vu's still out.
Deja Vu is.
Okay, then I would recognize it.
And so is the massage parlor right next door.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It was funny because I walked in there and I told Bubba, I remember telling Bubba, like, holy crap, I haven't been in here like 35 years. And Aaron doesn't miss anything. And he's looking down at the floors. He goes, looks like they haven't changed the carpet in 35 years.
They haven't changed anything.
It was like neon, a lot of that was funny
on
too.
The other side, like the Fender logo.
Yes.
Neon.
I haven't been there since it was Roxanne's. That's the last time I was there. So I mean, God, I was in my early 20s, right?
Yeah. No, I went there when it was Crowbar, and when you guys played there, Tony, it was called what was that called when you guys played there?
Was it the Bijou then?
Yeah, the Bijou. Yeah, after they shut that one down, they deemed it the Bijou.
Mm-hmm. Well, because Kip owned.
Yeah,
he still might own that.
He still does own it. Yeah, as far as I know.
think I played there in the Crowbar too.
Yeah,
when it was called the Crowbar, and that's when I had to laugh. Then
yeah,
I was like, oh my god.
But when that place was Roxanne's, they had so many cool bands there. I mean, bands that should have been playing arenas.
Oh yeah,
we're playing at Roxanne's. And you were right up there. I mean, I can't count number of bands. One of the good ones we saw was Izzy Stradlin.
Oh yeah, Izzy
right?
Stradlin, Juju Hounds. Yeah,
God, that was a good one.
Yeah, that was really good.
Right after he left Guns N' Roses.
Right after he left Guns. I mean, he was like, and I remember us leaving thinking, wow, I didn't realize what kind of impact he had on Guns N' Roses, because you heard it in his music and his voice. Mm-hmm. I mean, you knew that he was up there singing, backups to them songs, and that was a pretty good show. Man, we were young. I think we were still in high school.
We were probably less than 21 at that point, I would guess. Yeah, we would have had to been, because that was so when he left. So 89 was Appetite for Destruction. Yeah, I believe 91 or 92 was.
Well, he wasn't on Use Your Illusion,
right?
Right,
and it was between Appetite for Destruction and Use Your Illusion.
Yeah, I think he did lay some tracks down.
So yeah, we still would have been.
Gilby Clarke, I don't think Gilby did. I think Gilby just filled in. I don't think he actually had anything.
So we still would have been in high school.
Yeah, I think we took the Camaro.
Oh God, and we're lucky that thing even made it, right?
A white beast. Oh man!
Oh God! I today I would have never drove that thing up there. I'm too smart now to drive that up to Toledo.
No, it's the old men we are. Like, oh, it's not safe.
Right?
We can't
Yeah.
Oh, I'm telling you, man.
We've been mother wifed too much.
Oh yes, get mother wifed a lot. One of my and I know this is a tangent that we're going off on that we didn't plan on, but Roxanne's one of my favorite memories there, and I don't even remember what the band was, because this memory is just too good for me. I took a girlfriend up to Roxanne's, okay? And as we're there, we run into some other guys that were there. We were too young to drink at that point.
Uh-oh, it's going to get good.
We were too young to drink at that point, and so we run into some guys there that were old enough to drink. And I was more into the show. Back then I didn't drink much.
Right. No, I remember. Yeah.
And
I loved it as a DD.
Right. And so she starts talking to these guys, and they're giving us drinks. And I forget how we knew them. I don't even remember who they were. But anyhow, so she starts talking to them, and they start feeding her drinks. But I want to go see the show. So I'm going to go back upstairs. She goes, okay, I'm going to stand back here and drink. Well, I get back to the table when the show's getting closer over, because I found someone up there up front that I knew. And I can't even remember who that was. But so I'm sitting there having sitting there watching the show with them. Come back, she's had a lot of drinks with them, and like she's tipsy as hell at this point. And this is when I had the Blue Firebird.
Nice.
And back then, I was less than 21, so I didn't know Cleveland from Chicago when you get on the turnpike, right? So I'm pissed at her because she's been flirting with these guys all night and drinking with them. So I get on the turnpike, and she's passed out before we can get to the turnpike. I go, which way do we go, Cleveland or Chicago? I don't know. She's wasted. So I'm like, all right, just go the way I think. So I turn towards Chicago. Yeah. Now we can laugh because we know that's the wrong way. I get so far, and I'm like, man, none of this looks familiar. So I'm like, all right. So I take one of the U-turns in those center median areas. No. So I take a turn there, and as I'm turning, I told her, if you're going to puke, roll down my window and puke outside. Do not puke inside my car. I love that car, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Not in the Firebird.
So she rolls down the window and leans out, and I hear stuff hit the side of my car. She comes back in, and I go, did you puke down the side of my car? And she looks at me, and she goes, I don't know, but I just lost my glasses. Yes. Good.
That's great.
That was our last date.
Oh man, that's good stuff.
So yeah, Roxanne's. Love Roxanne's.
Oh yeah, man. A lot of good memories there, man. Oh man. Well, welcome to episode 1. We are here at Rock House Studios, where we'll be producing this every month. It's a JPH podcast, Dirty Laundry and White Lies. And we appreciate everyone tuning in, man. Check it out. We have the Facebook page up and going, the JPH Facebook page with the Dirty Laundry and White Lies. And check it out. So this is where we're at right now, and we appreciate everyone joining on the page.
So does that mean you're JPH?
That is, I am JPH. I have the producer with us that's going to be here every month on this monthly podcast. It's Tony Taylor. He's a very good friend of mine. I appreciate him here. And I also, with me every month, I will have the fork to my spoon. my pain to my ass, Matt Allam. Probably one of the longest, I'd probably say
Yeah,
between you and Heinlein. I mean, I known Sean since we were in like elementary school, but me and you go back 30 plus years,
and close friends,
and close friends, right? We're still in contact. 30 years, God, damn,
it's been. So when we graduated, what?
94?
26 years ago.
Yeah, I'm too old.
And we were friends in junior high, so
right.
it's got to be right around 30 years.
Oh yeah, that's just horrible.
Lived through me hitting you and us making fun of each other a lot.
Oh man, I tell you, we've been up and down, back and forth, and man, we've been a part of a lot of history with the families and stuff.
And one thing you can say is, as far as we ever drifted, the minute we got back together,
it was like never missed a beat.
Never missed a beat. Yeah. And one thing I can say is, unfortunately, in 2020, I lost my mom.
Right.
And the one person that showed up to my house, and I'm getting tears in my eyes even thinking about it, was JPH here. I mean, I called him, told him what was happening. My wife and I went for a walk. He went to my house, couldn't find me, went to my mom's old house, which my ex-stepdaughter is living in now. And they said, well, he's not here. My daughter, when he stopped at my house, said that, hey, he's out walking at Hayes
Memorial.
Yeah,
over at Brother B. Hayes' house.
This black pickup truck comes flying in the parking lot, damn near hits us, and we're like, who the hell is this? And it was Jamie. So again, we've drifted apart. We've always come back together, and it's always like we've never missed a beat.
No, I agree.
I appreciate that very much from you to this day, and we'll always will.
Your family's always been cool. I mean, that's just always been my extended family. When I was growing up, it seemed like your mom and your dad and Vicky and Bruce, everyone always was so cool with me. Peg and the kids and stuff. I mean, it was just everyone has always been cool, and you guys always welcomed me in. As stupid as I was, as drunk as I was, annoying as I was, you always let me back in. So I'm grateful for that, and our families have a good relationship too. I mean, it's definitely cool.
I'll say Jamie, he does that. Like when my father-in-law passed away, we're there planning the wedding and everything, and you don't get a hold of everybody,
Right.
Like, there's a lot going on, and so I'm sitting in the front room. My wife is in the kitchen with my mother-in-law, and then JPH kicks in the front door like he's John Wayne.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker!
Just to be there, like, you got to pay the spirit jar.
Damn, that didn't last long at all. Damn it.
What's the bet on that? I think you got that one, Matt. It's like you last 15 minutes, JPH is going to cuss.
No, I mean, as much of an idiot as JPH is.
No,
here's what I'm going to say. There's
this
two,
might be edited out.
It's a good thing I'm the chief editor on this show.
There's two Jamie Hallbisons. There's JPH and there's Jamie Hallbison.
That's right.
And JPH is the fun-loving
That's
idiot.
Right. It's where the party starts and the party ends,
exactly.
baby. It's like a mullet, man.
Worth
it's like
the
a
price
mullet.
of admission.
Yes, I've been told that.
But then there's Jamie Hallbison, who hides behind JPH. And if anybody knows Jamie Hallbison, they're very lucky. That's all I got to say.
Go.
Thank you very much. I'm starting to get a little teary. I need a drink.
What are you drinking?
Let's talk about our drinks here.
Yeah,
what do we got?
I got my favorite bourbon, the Buffalo Trace. You can't beat that. That's smoothest bourbon you'll find, man. I love it. That's the best.
What if you're not a bourbon fan?
If you're not a bourbon fan, then in the words of Extreme, get the funk out. I don't know. I said funk. Damn it. Fuck. Oh, wait a minute. That was for the first one. Oh my God.
So you do have your whole bottle of your bourbon there. And
Yes.
I'm talking the whole bottle. You just opened it.
Yeah, just cracked it open.
You peeled it, you opened it.
Right.
But I noticed you also have some Corona Premier sitting there. And I imagine that's just leading up to what we're going to talk about eventually.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Okay.
I
don't imagine you drink Corona every day.
Well, actually,
he has been.
I have been since the day before we shut down all the rules with Tony. I was actually with Tony, and we're in Fremont, Ohio. So our governor, Mike DeWine, I think it was in March is when it happened or whatever. But when he shut us down
right before St. Patrick's Day,
he gave us a deadline, which was like, I don't even want to get into it because we're not going to be talking and discussing, the
politics
politics
of
and
it.
all the crap. We're trying to stay fun and have a good time. Not going to be, there's enough of that negative garbage on Facebook and social media. But you're going to have to talk about the obvious, and Corona's, something that's obvious. But yeah, they shut us down, and they gave us a deadline. So I don't know if it was me or him or whoever. We just got in contact with each other. It was a Sunday night. I think we had to work Monday, and we're like, hey, look, let's go to the depot and let's drink some beers because it's the last night we can drink in a bar. I can't remember if it was they were shutting down the bars.
They were shutting down at 11 o'clock that night, if I remember right.
But I think
11,
it was like the bars were shut down for a period of time, right?
Yeah.
They weren't even open.
That's when
Or
they
was
shut everything down.
Takeout only was the only thing I think a lot of those places.
But you didn't have takeout beer at that time.
No, not
That came
until
later.
not until Wine to Wine showed up and then changed that. Which I am ever grateful for him. Out of all the other things, I'm grateful he's a drinker.
Is he?
Yeah. No, he said him and his wife. What's her name? Franny.
Fran.
Me and Franny, we like a little wine here and there, and so he said he understood it and set it to a 2-drink minimum as long as you're buying food. So, but anyways, a funny story. Man, I'm gonna just be easy with this, but we went there not to poke fun at the whole situation, by no means, okay? Because
you did ruffle some feathers.
yeah, we
Yes.
did. Yeah, I did, and I didn't mean to.
No,
and
and
it is-
it's not,
it's just it was not nothing. It wasn't meant to be like that, but we wanted to go out there. And Matt, you're just as good as us with Ed and them guys and stuff, and Brent, and we love the depot, and and it's a great place for us to hang out. One of the best pizzas in town.
On the planet.
On the
that
planet.
might be.
That's what I tell people.
Man, I'm not gonna say nothing because Ed's probably listening. So, yeah. So, but anyways, yeah. So we went there and we're like, you know what? Screw it, man. So we went there and I made the joke. This is good shit. I made the joke that I'm gonna fight this Corona with Corona. That's what I said, and I'm gonna start drinking Corona. Okay. So we went up there. We all got Coronas. Okay, and I remember ordering. I don't know if you were up there or not. If you remember this, but the lady at the bar. I ordered the beers, and they came, and I put the limes in or whatever. They asked me if I want the limes. And the lady looked at her husband and said, they're drinking that Chinese beer.
Oh, my.
Yes, she did, and I died laughing like, oh, my God. I'm not going to take this. This country's so messed up. So, anyway, I go back, and we drank the rest of the night. We had a lot of laughs, good times. It was, Ed was there. It was an emotional night for him as well, because he didn't know the uncertainty of what was going to happen and stuff. And it was just a good night. But from that point on, I've been drinking Corona ever since pretty much. And then I found the Premier, and I like that even better with the low carbs and the low calories because, I got the nickname now, JPH and not Bones anymore. So, because I had to change that one. So. That's what happens when you get fat. So
those are your drinks tonight.
Yeah, that's what I got drinking there. And what do you got in your hand? I can see you're the master of disaster with the craft beers.
So I wanted to go to the liquor store today and pick up something and make a mixed drink to make fun of Tony. Like I was going to name it after Tony, something stupid like the Tony Taylor Slayer or something stupid like that. But I'm a procrastinator. And I didn't get to do that. So I ran to Walmart and I found this Mad Tree. And I'm a big porter / stout fan. I love porters and stouts. My favorite beers by far. So anything coffee or chocolate flavored I usually like. So I found this Mad Tree. And I'm not sure where Mad Tree's out of. I'm guessing possibly Ohio somewhere. But who knows? I could be dead wrong on that.
Wow.
But it's coffee table blonde ale. And I'm not a big ale fan. I definitely don't like IPAs.
Oh, man, I like the hop.
But do you like IPAs?
Oh, yeah. It took me a while. Tony turned me on to it, but it took me a while. I mean, it's just... to me, when you're drinking an IPA, you're drinking it because... here's how an IPA started out. People drank them and hated them. But no one else liked them, so it was too cool not to like it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no,
that's kind of how I feel about it. I like porters and stouts, but this is a coffee table blonde ale. And I figured, well, it's coffee flavored. I'm going to go ahead and give that a try. So that's what I went with, and it's actually pretty good.
Really?
I do like it.
That's cool.
And Tony,
I got to try that.
Yeah, you can have
Coffee table?
Coffee table blonde ale. It's not bad by Mad Tree.
Okay.
And I see you're drinking. So just to frame a reference here, Tony and his wife got married in December. My wife and I got married in December. And
on Shady's Friends Day.
Yeah,
Shady Friends Day.
That's when Tony realized all my friends, including everyone he's friends with, are shady.
Man.
That's an inside joke. We'll get into that another time.
George Keller, if you're listening, I still apologize.
You should apologize
for Tony, not for me.
You should apologize to Dean for the shrimp comment.
So what happened was we decided as two couples, especially in this COVID time, we don't want to invite a lot of people out. We wanted to keep it small. But Tony and Tina were celebrating their anniversary. Jen and I tried to celebrate ours in the igloos that are at
Twin Oaks.
Twin Oaks.
Yeah.
We couldn't get it on our date. They got it on their date. They invited us. We enjoyed it. And that cup that Tony's drinking out of came from that day. So I just want that. A long story short, there you go. And what are you drinking?
I'm drinking the Ostweizen, which is like the Hefeweizen
from
so Twin Oaks.
Because you got it in the growler and
Yes.
you saved it just for today.
Well, yeah, I've been sipping on it. And now it's like, now the floodgates have opened for today.
Nice.
So I had to make sure it was good and ready.
So the shadiness follows because he steals a cup from Twin Oaks.
No, it was given.
I didn't hear that part.
Hold on. You didn't get that legitimately, though. You did not get that legitimately.
I asked the guy, and he gave it to me.
There you
But
go.
to get that cup, you were supposed to buy a specific beer, which you did not buy. You begged this guy to get that
I did
cup,
not beg.
and he felt bad for your
Hey.
sorry ass, so he got you the cup.
The guy got the cup, man. That's all that matters.
I got the cup. There you go. Swear jar.
All right.
Oh,
So
man.
that's what we're drinking.
yeah, man. So yeah, I'm definitely
Toast, everyone.
taking it. Yes, and we
To our
got
first podcast.
Yes, to the first
Yeah,
podcast.
There
man.
you go. And these nice glasses that Jamie got us in, too.
Oh, yes. Jamie got us. Go ahead. Tell us about
I
Tony.
was able to get a hold of 4. I don't know how you want to say it. If you want to call it whiskey glasses, and from Libby Glass, and I got them personalized thanks to Maddie Cleveland. And each one of us has our own, and it's got the Dirty Laundry and White Lies logo on it and our names. So thank you, Maddie, for doing that. I appreciate it.
And thank you,
Sweet girl.
Jamie, for thinking about us to do that.
Oh,
Me
yeah,
and Tony
man.
both appreciate that.
I figured if I brought the glasses, then I have to be able to drink. I mean, it's like
I think that's
Right.
part of this podcast, right?
yeah.
I think so.
All right, before we move on to our topic, let's hear another song off of our featured artist of the month, January. Oh yeah, a little more Evil Jones, a little California Rain.
Sometimes your dreams are better left unseen until your eyes become accustomed to the light. 'Cause you won't understand until you hold it in your hand. You wouldn't think the truth could hurt you, but it might. Well, I never really left, but I've been down and back again.
God, I just love that.
Step along the way, I told myself it wasn't sin to be a dreamer. Now I'm not so sure. Now I'm not so sure.
Ah, man, I tell you, I love it, man.
They're good. I like them.
I tell you, man, it's definitely good at that groove rock. All right, well, hey, how was your guys' holidays, man? With everything going on, ending up 2020, because we're in January now. So how was everything going?
Yeah, so I guess it was as good as it could be, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you can't have the big gatherings that you'd like to have. It was different for sure.
Right.
We did have my kids over. We did have my granddaughter over for her first Christmas,
Yeah.
which was nice.
Yes.
And we got to visit some family. It just wasn't quite the holiday you're hoping for. New Year's was totally different. Jen and I celebrated it in the hot tub. Luckily, luckily down by Tony's way, they were lighting off fireworks, so it's hot tub and
Nice.
fireworks. But
And-
Were there really? I didn't even,
Hot
Yeah,
tub and
yeah.
fireworks, and then the real fireworks. too.
right,
Yeah.
no, that waited until the next day. I was tired. I'm getting old, man. I
Yeah,
was tired.
I sent her a text and said, "Hey, you guys are more than welcome." She goes, "My old man's old." No, she didn't.
No, we did dinner, and it was like I said, it was
This is different.
it was definitely
Yeah.
different, but it was nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess a little more intimate.
Yeah.
So it was nice. I'm looking forward to getting back to normal.
Yeah, no shit. That's
right.
How about you,
Whatever that might be.
Mr. Taylor? How about you? Be careful because you were with me all night. The better said it was great.
Right. Well, no, I mean, like, it was okay. I mean, some of the guests were great.
Shady.
And some of the other guests were, shady. Well, hey, Jamie had tiramisu for the first time.
That's
Yes.
the first time you ever had tiramisu?
Hey, man, I'm like, I live out in Hazard County. I don't eat tiramisu. I mean, I don't know. I liked it. You know.
So where'd you have tiramisu
I've had
at?
cannolis before. We went to
Wait,
Spargettos.
Scarpettas.
Scarpettos.
Spargettos.
That almost sounds like SpaghettiOs.
You know, and that's not getting edited either. That's just how it is. That's the first time I ever ate there. You know, so it was, you know, but that was our. But go ahead, yeah. I'm
No.
chopping you down like the
Not
edge
at
of my
all.
hand there, brother. I didn't mean to cut you down on that, but yeah, that's where I had the what was it called again?
Tiramisu.
Tiramisu. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's really good. Jen didn't think she was going to like it, did she? 'Cause
No.
The coffee.
Yeah, No, Jay.
Oh.
No,
that's
no,
right.
that's right. Jay threw a fit. My brother-in-law,
Yeah.
Jay. Yeah, he threw a fit.
But I mean, so New Year's was great. Christmas, what we did is we had, you know, my wife's kids were down here, and mother-in-law, and so like, you know, just got the new house, so there's room for everybody.
Oh yeah.
And so yeah, Rock House is at its new location. This is its first.
Completely secret location.
Yes.
Dun dun dun.
But so like we did that, and then we also Skyped with my whole family or Zoomed, well, whatever you want to call it.
That's definitely like the new thing ever since
Oh,
this
yeah.
Corona stuff
Yeah.
is this Skype and Zoom, and I love that. That's cool.
Well, I'll tell you what. I wish I had bought stocks and all the people that are doing
yeah.
the video conferencing, right?
Yeah, right.
Well, not even that. Like, I've been watching for the last 2 years now. Adobe has gone like they've doubled
Oh, I bet.
Really?
because everybody working from home.
Right.
Oh,
They
yeah.
have to do all their like instead of doing the company providing it at work,
Right.
they got to now do it at home. So like their stock has doubled in the last 2 years. So
how did that Christmas Zoom go? I mean, that pretty
great.
cool. I mean, yeah.
I was talking to my mom about it, and I said, it seemed you thought it was going to be impersonal because it was a Zoom call, but it was just as fun because everybody like delivered the presents. We all did the exchange beforehand and didn't open them until Christmas.
Oh, dude, that's cool.
Yeah.
that's
So
pretty
like,
cool.
I mean, it worked out really, really well.
Yeah.
So like, even though we couldn't be in the room together, it
You got to
actually,
see everybody open the presents.
yeah, and
That's
everybody
cool.
got to interact and everything. So
That's really cool.
yeah, we made these foam. We called them 2020 Rona bricks,
You told me.
and so like,
I didn't hear it. I didn't
you
hear
told
it.
me about what happened to one of them.
I didn't hear it, and our listeners didn't hear it.
All
So
right,
let's
right,
go ahead and hear it.
Yeah.
well, like we just had this foam. Like we had gift cards for everybody. For most everything was gift cards, and so we wanted to make sure that they were, like disguised a little bit, so it wasn't just so plain Jane. No offense, Mom, 'cause my mom's name is Jane.
I love you, Jane.
I do too. So we made these. We had this extra foam, and so we cut out bricks. And so I told my wife, just joking around, go write 2020 Rona brick on there. And so she did. And so everybody got a kick out of it. It's like, oh, I got my Rona brick. So like they knew what the shape of it was. So they're like, oh, my Rona brick. So you see it on the Zoom call, all these Rona bricks flying around in the background. But my nephew threw one, and it went into the candle.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, like, you see everything jovial, all of a sudden that camera, it all like got serious for a minute. It's like, oh. So I sent my sister-in-law a text and said, sorry about the Rona brick.
But also sitting in your own side of the Zoom meeting, you had to be excited that, hey, at least this isn't happening at my house, right?
Exactly.
If there had been Rona bricks all in one room, that might have been a disaster. So maybe it was better that it happened that way. So, Yeah. So it was. So the holidays were good for that. For Jamie, how about yours?
It was like you guys said. It was different. I'm a stubborn ass, and like Christmas, I hurt my sister's feelings a little bit, and we were able to work through it. And Mom's always had Christmas, and it's just the way it is. Mom's always had the Christmas, and my mom's, she's taking this very seriously, and I respect that. And she was like, "Look, Jamie, I don't want to do the holidays. I want you to take over the holidays." And I didn't want to do Christmas without Mom. It's just I am traditional, and it sucks because sitting back and looking at it after everything, I realized that selfishly I took away something from my sister because she was like, Jamie, but it's our Christmas too, together with our families, and I didn't want to do that, and I felt bad after it was all said and done. I really felt bad that that happened. Although we did do a Christmas Eve with my sister. Rose and her kids, or Gina, which you guys know her as Gina, but she came over and with the girls and stuff, and we had a big Christmas. We had dinner and stuff Christmas Eve. I just didn't want to break up that tradition. I thought if Mom can't be there and can be, but because of the situation, then that's not. I didn't want to do that without her.
So I get that, and that's something that's beyond your control.
Yeah,
and I also get the guilt feeling. But, but it is beyond your control at this point, right?
Well, yeah, I know, but my problem is I'm tradition, and I'm an idiot. I'm on the deep end. I mean, it's tradition. No, I'm not stirring away from it. And it's weird because in life, and as being what I do for a living, I'm a guy that's always thinking outside the box. And
I don't think you've ever been inside the box.
Screw that box. You're out of here. Yeah, dig it. No, but yeah. So I don't know. It was just after Christmas was done, and I went back to work. I thought about it, and I was like, man, I didn't mean to selfishly do that, but we still had a great time. We had a great Christmas. The kids didn't have any different thoughts of it at all whatsoever. But when we had our own Christmas, I did have my oldest daughter and her boyfriend come over. So it was just me and the wife and the kids, and that's all we had for Christmas. And then New Year's was definitely different. I am not a guy that stays home. Right. I'm just not. I mean, anybody that knows me knows that I am in and out of the scene of activities in the city or outside the city. I mean, I'm involved in everything. It's just it was different. I had fun because I was around great people. I was around Tony and Tina, my brother-in-law, and our family as well, my kids and stuff, and my wife, and so it was a good holiday. I mean, I had fun and everything was great. It was like you said, it was just different. Mm-hmm. I will say this: I'm pretty sure that the magic happened at my house to clear up 2021. I'm serious.
Why? Why'd you say that?
All right,
he forgot to. Wait, hold on here.
You forgot the button. You forgot the button.
Did I drop an F-bomb again?
No. He's talking about the magic.
Yeah, no. I was too tired. No. What I'm talking about is that. Okay, I have my cable. I stream it. Okay. And when we're streaming my cable, we were watching Monroe, Michigan's. I don't know, 24 or ABC News. I don't know what channel it was. Didn't really care. Just so we got a ball drop so we can all just say Happy New Year's or whatever. And Tony was talking to his mom.
We were FaceTiming.
We were FaceTiming her live, and saying Happy New Year. And she was like, "Hey man, we're behind." Right?
Yeah, we were like 30 seconds behind.
What are you talking about? It's going to be in
almost
like 20 seconds. Yeah. And we're like, what? And she's like, yeah, what are you watching? And her and Gene probably got the biggest kick out of this. Probably thinking, God damn Hallweisens. I am. And we're looking at our watches, and I'm like, holy shit, we are behind. Like, the New Year, when we say Happy New Year, it's already a minute late, So we let her.
You're in a different time zone, but it's 30 seconds after the rest of us.
Exactly.
Not an hour.
Is that why you're always late?
I always say the best for the last. That's what I always say. But, so we let her count in the New Year, the countdown on, during their Facebook messaging, or what is that called?
FaceTime.
The FaceTime, yeah, that we did and stuff. And she rang it in. And we all said Happy New
Officially.
Year. Yeah, officially, like official time on it. And then we said, screw it. There was 20 seconds left on the television, so we did it again. So
I don't think that caught her off guard too. She's like, oh,
I don't-
okay.
I don't-
The new year's so nice, you did it twice.
well, the first one was to flush out 2020, and the second one was to say, hello, 2021.
right, I like it. I
I
like
was
it.
talking to a friend of mine from Staten Island. He texted me. He said, Happy New Year. I said, yeah. I go, we double flushed New Year.
Yeah,
To
we
make
did,
sure.
baby. Oh, man.
We
that's
gave it the
good
courtesy
stuff.
flush. Make sure it was out of there. For
Oh,
real.
man.
That's good stuff. So we're talking about 2020.
Yeah.
My question here is, let's take a look back and say, what did we miss in 2020? And what do we look forward to going forward? And how do we see that happening, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously things are going to be different regardless of how we come out of this. Things
yeah,
will flat
sure.
out be different. So let's talk a little bit about what we missed, what we felt like we missed in 2020, and what we're looking forward to and how we see it looking going forward.
Look, I will start right off the bat by saying, because I'm a cheap son of a bitch. And for the first time ever, I got a goddamn Cedar Point pass.
Oh, no.
And then I didn't go.
Well, at least it extends to this year.
Yeah. So,
So
and I will say this too. It was a gift, but still.
Oh,
But so it's a gift,
It was
but
a gift I couldn't give.
but here's something.
I mean, it could give,
yeah,
but I didn't want to get it.
you totally missed out on what you could have had, right? I
There's
mean,
a lot of food there I like, man.
And think about that. So it's a gift. So you go twice. You've more than paid for it because it's a gift. Right? What is the payoff for a Cedar Point pass?
Well, the
I think it is
anniversary, it
twice.
was $99.
Is
Yeah.
it-
That was the anniversary one.
oh,
the
so
special,
yeah. So you go
$99.
twice. You paid for
Oh,
it. So
yeah.
you go once as a gift.
Yeah.
You've more than made up for it, but you didn't even get that.
Well, I mean, I could have, and they did open it. You had to
But
reserve
what
your
fun
spot.
is it? Yeah, what
I don't
fun is
know.
that?
I didn't think I go. I don't ride the rides. I mean, I drink the beers, and
But
I
you
do drive.
I
like,
do the rides.
I do
love
ride.
the
I do
rides.
ride the Blue Streak. I mean, I like the Blue Streak.
Oh, my God.
The mine ride kind of gets me, but
The mine ride.
The
hey,
mi-
do you remember? It was, oh man, this was a long time ago. This is back, yeah, on our first wives. But we were
on our first one?
we were at Cedar Point, and we were. I think it was me and Missy, and then I think it was you and Patty, and I want to say Mike McGee was with his old lady, and Chuck Walker.
It's Mike McKee, not Mike McGee.
Sorry, Mike. Damn. I work with him.
Is he still there?
Yeah, he's still
Okay. Well,
And you got
continue.
Anyway, so yeah. So I don't ride rides, man. Anybody knows me, I am a wuss. No, I did ride. What was the ride that I rode with you, Tony? That was the one that goes through the front entrance.
Oh, the gatekeeper?
Oh, the gatekeeper. I like that. That was
That's
great.
lame.
Oh, they couldn't get the damn harness. Remember, it clicked once, and I go, it only clicked once. She's like,
Were you surprised?
she says, it's all right. I'm like, it only clicked once. Tony goes, you're gonna be fine. I'm like, it only clicked once. anyway, God, I wish I was Bones again. So, anyways, we're in line. You guys talked me into the Magnum. I think John DeBruns was with us too. It's when we all worked at Atlas back in the heyday.
God, that would have been a very long time.
Stop
ago.
saying 90s. I'm thinking it was
Yeah.
the 90s. It was right after high school or after we started, I think. And I don't think Chad and Terry were there. The Combs. I don't
Right.
think they were there. But anyways, well, I did not want to be the wuss of the group, and you guys talked me into this shit. And I'm like, all right. So I get in line for the Magnum because like right now the Magnum is like
Right, because
the greatest roller coaster.
So then
on
that
earth.
would have been 99, 2001 time frame because that's when the Magnum
Can't be
came to
99 because
Oh, Millennium came out in 2000.
Oh,
can't be-
okay, yeah, you're right.
can't be-
I'm thinking wrong. Yeah, you're right.
Can't be
I'm thinking
99.
Millennium. Go ahead.
it had,
Sorry.
it had to be before 97.
You're right,
I got
you're right.
divorced. I divorced in 97. So it had to be
Okay,
before
yeah,
that.
you're
No,
right.
Magnum came out.
That'd be like 94.
grade.
Yeah, Magnum.
No, Magnum was like 89.
No, and I was thinking of the Millennium. You're right. Magnum's pretty old, but go
Yeah.
on. Sorry.
No, you're fine. No, but we're in line, and I kept telling myself, okay, and I got my hands on the rails, you probably can't do no more, it's your point. But, as you're in your line and stuff, and everybody's hands are touching your hands and stuff, and as you're walking closer, and I just keep telling myself, okay, man, it's one freaking ride. It's one freaking ride. It's not going to be the end of the world. Don't wuss out. Don't wuss out.
You see a 3-year-old walk by, you're like, they're doing it, I can do it.
Yeah. And we got about halfway in. I think it was like halfway. And the freaking ride stopped on the top of the hill. And you said, holy shit, look at that. And I was like, oh, my God. And I remember turning around looking at Missy, and I said, let's go. And she says,
Where were you going to go?
We're going backwards. She goes, right now? I'm like, let's go. And I just started, excuse me. And you guys.
Oh,
like,
we
what?
were still in line.
We were in line, yeah.
Okay,
No,
okay.
we were in line.
I think I remember
And
this
then I'm
now
like,
that you say
I'm
that.
like, okay. And like, where are you going? I'm like, I'm out here. Screw you guys. Oh, shit. I mean, that's your point thing. Kicked me in the butt on that one. And, I mean, Tony, you're in a band. I mean, how did it affect you guys in shows and stuff?
We had to cancel so many shows.
Yeah.
It's like we played, I think, 3 times, and we were playing, once a month is what we try to do, and we were only doing, 3 a year. And so that's a 2 at one place.
And that's not even your main source of income. You look at these bands that's their main source of income. Ouch. Yeah. Right. Or even a big source. Maybe not even the main source, but a big source of it.
There's a lot of local musicians that were affected heavily because that's all they do. I mean, Mike Reisner is one of them. Dave James was another one. These guys they play. Hayden James. These guys play 4 times a week. They have subsidized incomes. And they work part time at other places because their passion and their loves of music. It hit them hard.
Well, some other people that I've interviewed, that is their only source of income. It's like, what have you done through all of this? It's like, well, you just try to work on stuff. You try not to think about it because, like, if you think about it, it's going to drive you nuts. Yeah. So, like, they'll go camping. They'll do something like to try to occupy their
distraction.
Time. But like, I was talking to Dean because he's got like a lot of people there then too that go through there. And it's like these people are on the road because they're on the road for a reason. That's the way they live their life.
Yeah.
So it's like they really can't function like normal people do in a day-to-day life. They have to be on the road. That's what they do, and now they can't do it. So it's really kind of like, you can create, you can stick at home and create, but you really can't. Like, you create to go express it, and if you can't express it to everybody, it's like, well, what are you gonna do? Yeah. So
I mean, they tried everything. I mean, entertainment. I mean, they had the drive-in concerts. I mean, and the Facebook was extremely huge on a lot of the musicians able to play live on Facebook, and then they set up the PayPal or the Venmo, whatever.
So you remember Bone Pony?
Oh yeah, remember Bone Pony? Yeah.
And actually, I tried to get them for Red Redemption. Was this close and didn't quite work out. But
which I didn't know they're still around playing. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but they're not Bone Pony anymore. They're Cowboy Poets.
Oh,
and it's good music. It's just not. It's pretty similar to what we heard from Bone Pony. Yeah. But so I almost had them at Rib Redemption, and they couldn't do it. But anyhow, they, like you said, they did the Facebook thing. But that's, again, they're not making money doing that. They're doing Facebook for free for their fans, and it was cool because I tuned in a couple times to watch it.
Oh yeah,
and they'd be sitting outside playing an acoustic guitar, and it was very cool. But again, that's their outlet. Mm-hmm. But their outlet is also their income. And they're not making income on Facebook.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. I mean, unless they're doing that PayPal or the Venom, and at that, I talked to some of the guys that did it locally, and it's like, hit or miss. I mean, it's hit or miss. What we would do is on the weekends, we would get together a couple of my cousins and their husbands or wives, whatever. They'd come over, and we'd have a Saturday night like we would have, and we'd turn them on the whole night, and we'd watch them on the computer, and hook up a speaker to it, and we'd have our Saturday night like we normally would at our house, and it was cool because you can interact with them and stuff,
Right.
But it's not the same. I mean, any artist will tell you that.
It's not at all.
Yeah. Steve Ernest, who owns up there in Sandusky, he owns so much of that up there with the entertainment lines and stuff that goes through the Barrel House.
The Bike Week and everything.
Yeah, and it's just he said it's a mess. I mean, it literally is a mess through all national acts. He's like, the bad thing is that everyone forgets the other flip side of this is the band is only 25%. The other 75% is the 7 semi trucks coming, the 30 people that spend the whole
stage.
Right. I mean, them guys, they're out of work just as well, and I've seen a lot of them, a lot of the musicians at least, that they're doing different jobs, producing or editing And a lot of them are working too. I mean, I've heard a lot of bands have albums ready to come out and artists ready to have albums come out for this year, banking on hopefully 21 is going to be a little different for entertainment.
We were supposed to go to that Motley Crue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Well, so that's one of the things I wanted to say that I missed. You know, Jen and I had purchased. I mean, this was a huge year for our music, right?
Oh,
There was a
yeah.
lot of
Oh, yeah.
concerts coming around for
Oh,
the
yeah.
music that we grew up with, and now it's not gone, but it's moved to next year or 2021 this year, I guess. Now that we're in 2021, but I mean, one of the big shows I was looking forward to was we talked about the one you just talked about with Motley Crue, Poison, and Def Leppard.
Yeah.
The biggest one I was looking forward to was Black Crowes. Jen
yeah.
and I had
Returned, yeah.
Jen and I had tickets for Black Crowes, and you even with it 6 months out, you had to wonder, okay, are the Robinson brothers
yeah.
going to be able to stay
Long
stay
enough.
together long enough to do this?
Right.
And now we're moving it out a year. So now I'm like, okay, I'm probably
Might
not
not
going to.
happen.
I'm not going to see this Black Crowes reunion. But the other thing about that was they were going to redo Shake Your Moneymaker. So the entire concert was going to be
that.
Shake Your Moneymaker from beginning to end.
Yeah. Which
Well,
has been freaking awesome.
Because it was 20 years or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Now it's not 20 years; it's 21 years, or however it went. We also had tickets for Rod Stewart. I know you guys will laugh about that.
No, I love Rod Stewart.
Oh,
No.
especially with the faces. You
Yeah.
know,
No,
in
he's-
his early when we were
he's-
growing up with him, he kind of mellowed out.
Oh yeah,
But-
I liked Rod Stewart.
But
He's always been.
we
good.
got these Rod Stewart tickets. I'm looking forward to that.
I love you, honey. Oh yeah.
But you get these tickets, and here's where I'm looking at. Okay, that's what I missed. So going forward, we're going to have these things coming up. But what does that look like?
Oh, yeah.
Because we were already paying. Okay, so for Rod Stewart, for lawn seats at what's the arena in Cleveland?
The arena,
The Blossom.
Blossom. Yeah.
Lawn seats at the Blossom for Rod Stewart were paying $89 a piece
Yeah.
for lawn seats. That's to sit on a lawn.
Yeah, that's
and not a good seat. I mean, when you're sitting on the lawn, in
no.
the
You're
Blossom,
watching the screen.
Black Crowes, we did purchase underneath the pavilion. For two of us, it was $199.40.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
So that's about $100 per person. We also talked about Billy Joe, which for nosebleed seats
Yeah.
was like $150 for nosebleed seats. These guys just lost a year of income.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
They've lost a year. And it's not just them, as you just said. It's the
Road
producers,
crew. There's
it's
the
the road
producers,
crew,
everybody.
it's
Yeah.
everybody.
Sound guys, lights.
Everybody in that whole thing has lost that money. And do you think they're going to be okay with losing that money?
Yeah.
They're not. They want that money back.
Yeah.
So what do tickets look like in 2021?
Well, I mean, I'm with you, and I got stupid worse numbers than you got, because that Motley Crue show, we had tickets that were on the field at the Tiger Stadium, and we were, oh man, like 2 sections from the stage, and it was like, I want to say for 4 tickets that we got, because I got myself, my wife, Rose or Gina, and Jay tickets, and I think our ticket bill was $900.
Yeah.
For the 4 tickets. Okay, so and then I also had again, I'm showing my age here and my lame music taste of the '80s, but I love it.
No, it's not lame.
No,
I
but I know,
love it.
but I know, no, I'm with you. But a lot of people, they always say, "Oh, how are you
Right,
doing?"
right.
But I will say this: it's entertaining music, to say the least. But I was going to go see Whitesnake, and
I know exactly where you're going with this, but keep going.
yeah, Whitesnake and Sammy Hagar. Oh man, what
How
a
much?
Freaking! It was $75 a ticket.
Exactly.
So I had me, Bubba. It was just me and Bubba that were going. So it was $150.
And they
there.
were relevant at that time.
Yeah, and it's like, and then I had Europe, baby, because Europe was coming back with it was Foreigner, Europe, and Kansas, and those tickets were $77, and we're going to take my mother-in-law because she's a huge Foreigner fan. All the ticket monies that I spent, I went ahead and did the reimbursements.
Oh,
I
did you? Okay,
yes.
okay, I see.
So I got almost $1,000
Oh, see,
back.
I thought you were talking back when we actually watched them, but okay. go
No, I'm just saying it just for last year, because I'm answering your question. I don't know what's going to happen next year. Or this year, I should say this year, because this is recorded. We are in 2021.
Right.
But and my thing was, like you said, the Robinson brothers, this is no joke. And I'm sorry, Shelly, if you're listening. But if one of the members of Motley Crue dies, and this, then I don't want to spend that kind of money to see.
Right.
And I always say that about the Crue because it's horrible. I mean, I love Def Leppard, and I've seen Def Leppard several times. You've seen them with us several times. I mean, they're phenomenal. Awesome band. I mean, just that lineup. I think Joan Jett was on there. I think there was somebody else was on there too.
But you got to
Poison.
You got to go back to what those ticket prices already were.
Right. Well,
and they're not going to be cheaper because they missed a year of performing. Right.
Yeah.
Those tickets.
I don't know, but I know that those that kept their tickets they're good.
You're right.
But to fulfill those tickets, I don't know.
everything from here on out. We thought tickets were expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you got to look back, though. When we were going to Sports Arena, you'd buy tickets for $14, right?
That was a long
no,
time
it was
ago.
a long
It was
time ago.
yeah.
But now that they can't make money off albums and they're making them off the concerts,
that's where a lot of that fell into play.
Absolutely. So the ticket prices were already high, and exorbitantly high compared to what we were used to.
Yeah.
Now that they've missed a year, and this isn't a knock on anyone that's selling tickets. Those tickets are going to be even worse.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to be even higher than we're expecting. You're not going to be able to see Billy Joel for $150 a ticket.
Well, I was
no matter where you see.
I was actually shocked because I would love to see Billy Joel.
Me too.
But I didn't realize. I mean, $150 to me, I would drop that in a heartbeat to go see Billy Joel.
That was nosebleed.
I know. I still would see it.
We were gonna.
But I got a funny story about Billy Joel.
Wait a minute.
It's not really my story, but it's a story that Tony, you know about this.
Oh,
story
so Tony should tell the story.
I
know the story. I
Do
know
you?
that we just discussed this the other day.
About Ben?
Yes.
Ben Archer?
Yep.
Ben Archer,
Yep.
yes, man. How? I need to get him on the phone. No,
I'll text him.
well,
Hey, I got Ben on the phone right now.
all right, that sounds perfect. Mr. Archer, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Where do you want me to begin with the Billy Joel story?
Well,
you
you
want
From the
start?
beginning.
From the beginning.
start.
Okay.
Set the
well-
scene, sir. Set
Set the scene, Uptown Girl.
Okay, it was Christmas Eve, 1994, New York City. I was on a school. Well, I mean, I want to say school trip. It was a drama club trip because I was that kid, and was there with believe it or not, the future ex Mrs. Archer,
Oh.
and
There is one of those out there.
The future.
There
It
is
is. There's one of those out there.
I never
yeah,
knew you were
she's
married,
to a
Ben.
Canadian sailor.
What?
I didn't even know Navy had Canada had a Navy. It was weird, but
It's all water. Of course they have a Navy.
Do they say good afternoon, salute?
they might. And you guys know how Canada came up with its name?
No.
Oh, boy.
CANADA.
Oh.
It flowed natural. No, so anyway,
You're going to be a full-time call-in guy, I'm telling you right now. Good shit.
so I was on this trip. We were going to see Broadway shows, and we had gone and seen a couple. We had one more night left. It was, like I said, it was New Year's Eve.
It was Christmas
so
Eve. I'm confused.
Huh? No, it was New Year's Eve.
Okay, my bad.
He did say Christmas Eve.
New Year's
earlier,
Eve, but we kind of had to stay away from the Times Square area because, New Year's Eve in New York, and we were all 17, 18 years old. But ended up getting tickets because to the revival of Carousel, which was a Broadway show, Roger Hammerstein from way back, and I knew it. My brother was in it when I was younger,
Nice.
and so I knew it, so we went to see that one. But we couldn't get tickets sitting next to each other because we got a last minute. So I was 2 rows ahead of where the future ex Mrs. Archer was sitting, and went through the entire first act and go to intermission. And and by the way, show sucked. We'll just get that
Did
out
it
of the
really?
way.
All right.
The show sucked.
What is ticket price for something like that?
Over $100.
In 94.
120.
Jesus. Imagine what it is today, especially with COVID.
Yeah.
If you
It
can
just
get in
depends
there,
where
if you're one of the lucky 5 that can get in there with COVID, it's probably like $500.
Probably.
Exactly.
Sure.
Exactly.
Anyways, go ahead,
So
bud.
with Hamilton out there are no other Broadway shows anybody's paying any money for.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But so we go out to the lobby. This was at the Lincoln Center in New York there, and go out and went and got a Coke, just having a refreshment. We're sitting there talking about how surprisingly bad the show was, and I turn around, and literally 3 feet away from me with his then young daughter and new super hot model, because he had just broken up with Christy Brinkley, and he's already got this replacement super hot model.
How do you replace Christy Brinkley at that age?
Well,
with another hot one?
really
Because you have money.
That's true.
Right? I mean,
Yeah.
but anyway, short, ugly troll of a man with another 6-foot blonde. We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Because it was all about his personality, right? I'm sure that's what he is.
Yeah.
But so anyway, and I said, Joanna, that looks like Billy Joel. And she's like, no. And I'm like, it's Billy Joel. I mean, you know Billy Joel when you see him.
Yeah.
And so we're like, yeah, oh my God. I'm kind of, fanboying out a little bit. Everybody loves Billy Joel, and he's 3 feet away from me. And she said, you should go say something to him. I'm like, I'm not. One, I'm a coward. Two, he's with his little girl. Like, I'm not that guy.
Right.
And but I was like, I should have. And no, then he kind of mingled off, and the intermission was getting to be near an end, and they flicked the lights once, and I said, I need to go pee before we go another hour and a half of this monstrosity, and went in, and you guys have all been in a busy bathroom at a crowded place. There's a line of urinals, and you wait for one to open up, and you go and you take your turn, and one opens up, I go start doing my business, and the dude on my right finishes up, and the guy who came in at the urinal right next to mine, Billy fucking Joel. So,
That's fucking great.
so now I'm standing there with my dick in my hands next to Billy Joel, and I don't. It's one of those like I realize like this is like a seminal moment of my life. I'm pissing next to a rock star, and this dude will have no memory of this whatsoever. But I mean, I don't know if you're looking for an exciting story, but that's the time I pissed next to Billy Joel.
But what did you think about doing? What was your thought process? What was going through your head?
I think I look back at it now, and I think I should have just turned and pissed on his shoes. Yeah. Because then he would always remember that time at the Lincoln Center in New Year's Eve 1994 when this asshole pissed all over my Bruno Mali loafers.
During a shitty Broadway
Right?
show.
And he would tell that story on like Howard Stern.
Right.
And I would be...
And you'd be that guy. You'd be that guy.
Like, we would be linked in a way, but now
go.
it's a one-way thing because I didn't piss on it.
Yeah.
But you'd be in prison telling that story.
But
What are you in for?
should Billy Joel listen to this podcast,
Yes.
then he'll know.
Give us a like.
You know what?
Give us a
That's
like,
it.
Billy.
That's it.
Give us a like and like the page and tell your friends, Billy Joe.
So there you go. That's my story, guys.
That is classic.
That is a great one. And it is told better by you than Tony Taylor.
I agree. I'm 100%.
Well, I lived it.
That's
He's
right.
only getting that secondhand from there.
Right.
You had to live it.
Oh man, that's good stuff. You can't fabricate a story like that.
That's good.
And why would you want to? Right?
Right. But it's still epic. I mean, come on. You had your dick in your hand next to one of the greatest singers of all time. I mean, who could say that? Let alone stand.
But you know what? That's the thing. People are like, well, did you say hi to him? But I live my life by a strict code, and I do not talk to other men when my dick is in my hands. You just don't do it.
Well, you know what you could have done, Ben? But Ben, you didn't have to piss on his shoe. What you could have done is just raised your hand, gone to shake his hand, and say, "Hey, Billy Joel, it's good to meet you."
Right. Or just like patted him on the back or something like that. Billy,
Here, Billy. Here's
love
a paper
your work, guy.
Here's a paper towel for you, Billy. Thanks, man.
Can I get that for you, Mr. Joel? No, yeah, I mean,
Oh shit, man.
So, I mean, hindsight's 2020, fellas. Hindsight is 2020.
Oh man, great story.
Would you have done it if you would have thought of it then?
Probably not.
Yeah, how
that's,
could you?
I mean, that's you're causing like a scene now, and I still don't like to have a scene. It's good to think about, but
Wait a minute.
And as I understand it, like Billy Joe was like a badass. He probably would have beat you down.
Oh yeah, that's that phase he was going through, wasn't it? After Christy Brinkley.
well, yeah, I mean, he just the hottest woman of the world just broke up with him, and he was probably drunk because I understand he's drunk a lot,
Right.
and he probably kicked my ass. I mean,
Then, yeah, here comes this schlub pissing on his shoe.
You probably get.
not only that, but I'm in New York City. He's a fucking icon, and I'm this 17-year-old hick from Ohio. I think every dude in that bathroom would have
You'd have been upside down with a
Right?
swirly.
Exactly. Who's that little fuck beating up on Billy Joel?
He pissed on Billy Joe.
No.
Get him!
Ooh, I almost forgot that. So go back out. I'm in the lobby. I'm like, you never believe it. You never believe who I pissed next to. You'll never believe it. You never believe it. And, he came and he peed right next to me. And so then we go back in for the second act of the show. And I go in, and like I said, I was sitting 2 rows in front of the future ex Mrs. Archer. And I sit down and I'm looking back, and I'm still kind of like, oh my God, I just saw somebody famous. And wouldn't you know it? But Billy Joel, his daughter Alexa, and the new hot blonde sit right between me and the future ex Mrs. Archer. And I was like, why didn't you tell me that Billy Joel was sitting behind me the whole goddamn show?
Wow.
Right? So then, like the rest of the show that I notice he's back there, now like every time something's going, I'm like, is he clapping? Does he like it? Because you can't help yourself.
You know what I take out of that, Ben? Is that I realize why the future Miss X Archer is now the future Miss X Archer, because you took the better seat and gave her the one further back. That's a real gentlemanly thing to do.
That was her idea. And because
It wasn't her idea. It was a test.
Oh.
are you fucking get on her side? What is? I didn't come on this show to be ambushed.
Whoa. Alam's the only one. Nobody else.
Alam is operating alone.
Yeah,
he's not sharing the view of the group.
Maybe I can send him electrocution.
I
through the
knew the
cord.
show. I had a special connection to the show. She offered me to say I paid for the fucking tickets.
Getting dusty.
Right?
Right.
And here's the thing. If Billy Joel would have been sitting, if I would have seen it, I would have said something and be like, hey, Billy Joel's sitting right behind you. I would have said something.
Right.
Hey, if you want, I don't know. I was trying to segue to exit. I don't know. Whatever. I just ruined this.
Somebody,
Real smooth, Taylor.
Yeah.
We can edit that out.
hey, just like hot lunch, we'll just take you out of the mix.
Wow. I don't know anything about that, Tony Taylor.
Mark
I don't know a
Spencer knows
goddamn thing
everything
about
about it.
I just showed up, got drunk, acted like an idiot. That's all I did.
Oh, man, the
here.
good old days, baby. Jesus.
Oh, Ben, thank you much, sir. So it's
I-
great
I
talking
did.
to you.
It was. Hopefully, next time I'm around, I can see you guys, and we won't have COVID. We'll go get a drink or something.
Yeah, I'm
we'll have
with
some
you.
Buffalo Trace.
Well, you come on down here for a live podcast.
Yeah.
Well, I can't refuse that. But
Yeah.
you know what? If I come down for the live podcast, I'll tell my Dave Grohl story.
All right.
right.
That's
Perfect.
a deal. That's a deal.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Hey, spoiler: it doesn't involve my dick. Sorry, guys. So
Damn.
I know I got your hopes up now. Expectations and all of it.
All right, Ben, you take care, all right, buddy?
All right, guys. Have a good night.
All right. Thanks again,
See ya,
Ben. We
man.
appreciate
You as well,
it.
man.
Bye.
Bye.
That's great. Ben Archer.
So that's what I was missing in
Yeah.
in 2020, and what I think 2021 and going forward looks like. That scares me.
Yeah.
But you also have the other things that you mentioned already, is you're a social person.
Yeah.
I hate sitting at home.
Yeah, me too.
I cannot stand, like when I was single, if I sat at home for 5 minutes, I'm like,
nuts.
okay, I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
And I didn't care where I went. I was going somewhere to meet up with somebody so I
Right.
could socialize.
Right.
And we've been missing that more than ever. It's funny because there's a story that I tell. You two were supposed to go on a cruise with us this year, and both of you backed out.
Was it this year or last year?
Last year.
Well, 2020.
Okay, all right. I said, damn, did I do it twice?
And
Jeez.
so we got lucky with that cruise, right? Because we took our cruise on February 28th of 2020, if I remember right. And that's just as
Oh, yeah, it was right before it. Yeah.
that's
right.
just as Corona was really starting to hit the world. It already hit China, and you started to hear some things about it. But when we got on that boat, that's when you really started hitting. That's when, while we were on the boat, that's when Italy blew up.
Yeah.
I mean, they just blew, and we're thinking, oh my God,
Yeah.
this is bad. And we're seeing the news on the boat, and we're getting off. And it was so funny because we get off the boat. Both Jen and Stacy are sick because Jen, Stacy, Dave Thornberry, and Stacy. Jen, myself, Stacy Herner, and Dave Thornberry. We're all.
It's a lot of name dropping.
It is. Should we cut that out? Maybe.
Nah, I owe Dave. I owe Dave, so he can stand.
So anyhow, we were all staying in a hotel together, but we get off the ship, and Jen and Stacy are both sick, like really sick. Like when Jen is sick, you know it because Jen does not go down easy, and she was sick. So
That's not what I heard.
oh, give me.
Oh, oh man.
So
Oh man, we're gonna get in trouble.
yeah, we will. So Jen goes down heavy, and like we
You gotta pick different words.
I do. So we're in the hotel, and Stacy and Jen don't want to do anything. Me and Dave feel fine. But then we start thinking, what if they have Corona and we're stuck in this room? And Dave's freaking out.
All right.
But it was so weird because then all that goes down, and we're in the same room with them. There's Jen and Stacy are both sick. Dave wants to get another room. That's how freaked out he is about it. Okay.
Yeah.
So 2-3 weeks go by, then we get shut down here in Ohio.
Yeah.
And it was so weird because, you're cooped up in home and you just want to do something. You want to get out and do something. So Jen says, let's go for a walk. So we go for a walk. And as we're walking back to our house, this is 3 weeks after we were in the same hotel room with them. Dave and Stacy go riding by on their bikes. And we just kind of a quick wave. Hey, how's it going? And then kept on going. It's kind of like
don't talk to him because he might have the Rona.
Yeah. No, it's kind of like running into an ex-girlfriend in a bar, and I've done that plenty, right?
Well,
so I know that feeling, and it was
easy
it was that
for you.
it was that same feeling. Like here's some good friends of ours,
Yeah.
and all we can do is wave and keep going and almost act like we don't even know them.
Right,
That we're just
right,
strangers passing by on the way. So yeah, I mean, I very much miss the socialization.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
socialize?
socialization. Yeah.
Socialization part of it.
Wow, that was kind of like I did not even move.
Uh-oh.
I didn't even
Tony doesn't
move. I didn't even do
No,
nothing.
that just came down.
It just came down, Tony?
Yeah.
All right, man, that's cool.
So I miss the socialization part of it. And I look forward to getting back to that.
right.
Hanging out with you,
Yeah.
hanging out with Tony, which we do in smaller
In
groups.
smaller
but,
groups, yeah.
But it's not like, hey,
No.
we're all getting together.
Right.
Come. I miss that.
Yeah.
Right. So, as you're talking about that,
Tony's whipping out a tape measure. You better hit that.
Her
You better hit
mouth
that
are-
noise again. Let's start pulling your pants down. What are you doing?
He's checking to see if you're 6 feet away.
yeah, we're good. We're good.
All right.
Jesus Christ.
All right. So that's what I miss.
Oh man.
That's
Well,
it.
you're right, and thinking of everything too. I mean, man, I don't know. I mean, it's a different time today than it was when we graduated, but I know like my cousins and stuff that all graduated and stuff. I mean, they lost all that. I mean, they lost the dances, they lost the graduation ceremony, they lost all that. I mean, they did do the drive up one at the church. I think is what Fremont ended up doing.
Right.
And they did the parade downtown, which I thought was great.
It's great for him
I
to
thought
do
it
it,
was
but
great.
it's not the same, right?
No, and Alex Gorbats, I talked to him, and he's a school board member, and I spoke with him after the graduation ceremonies and stuff, and he was saying that it was different, but it was the most well organized graduation ceremony in the 40 years he's been a part of the schools that's ever happened. I mean, he's like, it was so well organized and everything went so smoothly because it had to.
It had to be.
I mean, it was like in and out, and you got your stuff and you're gone, and so I mean that definitely was something that I know that when Whitney graduated, it rained, and I was devastated because here now. If it's at the Harmon Stadium or John Paul Stadium, what they call it now, if you go to that, it's open to everyone. But when it rains, it's you get 4 tickets, and it's like, and Whitney, and not her fault, but me and her mother are divorced, and we've both gotten with remarried and stuff. So any outside members of the family can't go. Grandma can't go. Grandpa can't go. Her sisters and her brother couldn't go. I mean, to see her graduate. Luckily, the grace of a lot of good friends and stuff, they got a hold of us and had extra tickets and said, "Look, we don't need the tickets. You can have them and stuff." We got to do that. So, just thinking of how selfish I was, saying that, "Oh my God, it's not fair." Well, hell, at least you still had a shot.
She had a graduation.
Yeah, and a lot of them didn't have the prom and stuff. I don't even know if they did senior night. I don't know if that happened.
They did not.
They didn't even do senior night. I mean, so that's a big thing for that. I mean, it's just there's so much that we missed out on that hopefully going forward will change. I mean, I'm hoping that 2021 will be different, especially with the vaccine and stuff, however that ends up working for us or against us, however that works out. Hopefully that will start showing some signs of moving forward and doing some different things that like you said, some type of normalcy, because it's never going to go back to normal. I mean, I know Ticketmaster for like 2 months contemplated they were thinking of having to provide a vaccine documentation to go to the concert. And I'm just thinking, man, this is nuts. I mean, seriously, like, man. And I thought, jeez, I thought 20 or 2000 was like going to be the end of the world. If I would have known the 2000 was a walk in the park compared to 2020, I would have partied a hell of a lot better in 2019. I'll say that. Jesus Christ. Oh man.
So you're saying enjoy the time you got then?
Basically.
I
think. I think if nothing else, that's what we've learned this year, right?
And we all have, I think, adapted. Like you said, at Christmas time, you did the adaption where you was able to FaceTime. You did the presents. I thought that's freaking awesome. I didn't even think of that. I mean, everybody got to open the presents. They had the presents there, and you got to be a part of it and see them open it and stuff.
Right.
And Mom came over for Christmas, and she stood outside in the cold out on the porch. As she brought the presents, so we can talk for a few minutes, and everybody said, Merry Christmas to her. But yeah, and then she did go home, and then we FaceTimed each other so she can watch the kids open up the presents. So, but I mean, we've learned to adapt. Just it's not the same.
But we're not happy adapting.
No, it's not. Yeah, no, definitely not.
See, I guess I look at it from a different way. Is there's no doubt this sucks, right?
No,
but we got to look at it as we're still here.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I've got a list of people here we lost this year. I mean,
right.
There's been plenty, and not all to COVID. Most of them weren't to COVID, but it just puts that exclamation point on 2020, right?
2020, yeah.
So you're right. We are absolutely.
I don't want to sound insensitive. I really don't want to, but it's like, I guess that's what keeps me going. Is it's like, I'm still here. We're still here.
Yeah. So
you got to press on. It's like It's like, well, what did we learn from this? What can we do to get better about this?
Right.
So it's like, I don't want to sound insensitive, but
no.
It's just, it's like, what can we take away from this? Because we are still here. So we got to make it better for everybody. So. Well,
and I think one thing you got to figure out, unfortunately, social media has divided us so deeply in this country. I think you've got to look past of all the BS that social media brings into our lives. And just remember, we are all humans and we all have feelings.
Yep.
And forget social media. Talk to that person like you were talking to them face to face, not like you were talking to them behind a keyboard.
Yeah.
Talk to them like they're a fellow human being. Yeah. And we'd all get along a hell of a lot better. And if nothing else, that's what we ought to take out of 2020 is that, hey, yeah, okay, we realize being behind a keyboard sucks.
Yeah.
Let's get in front of people's faces again and be nice to one another.
Yeah,
Just have a conversation.
And
Yeah, be human.
and social media was already heading that direction way before.
Absolutely,
that.
yeah, that has
I
nothing
mean,
to do with 2020.
I mean, it's just that was just already going down that path. I mean, I remember the frustration the farmers Shelley and Rich had having the racetrack, and it was damn if they did, damn if they didn't, and it was like several times where they thought they're putting everything they have into this track and trying to do what they think is right, and because someone behind a computer can actually literally break somebody by the negativity of what they think. At the same time, the guy works at Marco's Pizza and has never even raced a sprint car or a truck and has no insight whatsoever other than he thinks it's a bunch of bull crap, and it was just that's just one small part that I know of that I'm well aware of.
Right.
That's like Matt's saying, it's sad.
Yeah,
we always called them the internet promoters. Well, it's glad all the Facebook internet promoters know what to do, because that's what we strive to do is make sure the internet promoters know how.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't brought on by 2020. It's definitely been there.
But it's getting worse.
Hopefully, if nothing else, 2020 allowed us to realize we're dehumanizing ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Let's just be humans to one another. Let's be kind to one another. You can be critical of things, but we don't have to be critical of everything. We're not going to agree on everything. It's so frustrating because you get on Facebook and instead of scrolling and laughing now,
yeah,
you get upset.
Get annoyed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that could be a whole nother podcast in itself, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we could talk about that till we're blue in the face.
Yeah.
But I think that's something that 2020 shows that, hey, we've been separated and there's this deep division. We could get away from this and when we see each other face to face again, let's be human with one another.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I guess that's the one thing is like nobody seems to realize, hey, we have differences. We don't have to agree on everything. It's like I think that's like with targeted marketing has helped with that. It's like you don't agree with me, well, I don't have to listen to you anymore.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like everybody's like cocooning themselves and like that's not what it should be. We should accept each other's differences as far as that goes. So oh well.
Some other things that have been missing that I had marked down here is vacations,
Oh yeah. No.
I mean, Jen and I have taken 2 vacations this year. We got off the boat just before all this happened.
Right.
We did go down to Florida. But it's even when we did that, it wasn't the same, right? We canceled our family vacation because how do you do a family vacation during this?
Yeah, I know.
And we want to go to Mexico once a year. We had to cancel that vacation. So those are some things that, unfortunately had to be canceled this year that I hope very quickly comes back to normal. I don't think it's going to be as quick as I'm hoping. Like I'm hoping we'll get to do those this year, but we're looking at like, okay, how's things going around the world? And I just don't think this is going to, again, not to turn this into a political or, we've all dealt with this all year. I don't know how much more we want to hear about it, but I don't think that this is going to be something that quickly flips.
No.
I think all the way through the end of 2021, vacations are still going to be different.
Yeah. No, I agree. Especially the vacations.
Yeah.
It's all different, and you're just all trying to figure it out. So it's like you said, you don't want it to be political, and like hopefully that aspect is gone. But I think it's just still the pro big business is what has like we can't do anything until we get a vaccine. And it's like, well, how are other countries doing it? Why are we not? Is it not being talked about because it's not being covered, or is it just have they taken care of it, and we just think we don't need to talk about that because we need to have a vaccine. We need pro big business here.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, you could get so political to that, which is something we don't want to do with this podcast.
No, we don't. We definitely don't.
But
want to do
yeah,
but it's part of the reality.
It's part of what's going on.
Yeah,
we do want to get back to normal, right? I mean, and I don't know how that looks or when it happens, but yeah. And unfortunately, we've got other obstacles in our way as U.S. citizens before all that happens.
Yeah. Most definitely. Jesus. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, concerts are huge for me, man. I'm that guy that I can go to a concert and come out feeling like I ran a marathon for the day because I released all that energy and excitement and fun, and just I'm still a kid at heart with
Still
live
look like
music.
you went through a marathon.
Yeah, I do look pretty good. But yeah, I that's right, baby. That's right. Yeah, I'll be all night. But yeah, I don't. In my mind, I can't fathom that we're in January, and by April, which is right around the corner, that I'm going to be able to go to a concert with 10,000 people.
I agree.
Let alone 3 months after that, and then getting close to June and July. And I think that was the reason mostly why I just decided to take all the damn refunds, because I just didn't know, how this was going to go. And everyone's like, oh, 2021, it's going to be different. And I'm like, I hope so, because dear God, because a lot of people, depression is high right now. I mean, it is. And with the elderly people, it's even worse, because I haven't been able to see my grandma Perry, since freaking February.
Right.
That was the last time I seen her, I think, was in February. And it's horrible. I mean, I just can't. I just don't, I'm so over this shit.
So you say, by April, you don't see it turning around and we're going back to concerts. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing beyond that is it's not going to turn around that quick that we can go back to concerts. But even if it would, let's say April, everything's gone, and it turns around and all of a sudden concerts open back up. Here's the other thing you have. Let's take the Black Crowes, for instance, that have a concert scheduled. Well, now you also have people that want to do concerts in 2021, too. So you got this overlap of these shows.
Oh, yeah.
And how are these promoters going to fit everything in?
Yeah.
Because you've got those shows that people have already paid for and didn't take the rebate like you did.
Right.
And how are they going to get those shows in with the new shows coming up?
Did the Crows and them guys, did they do any like Hagar's already got his rescheduled? Same way with the Def Leppard Motley Crue show. They've already got their dates rescheduled. But
I don't know if we have the dates, but I think we do. I think they just planned it for a year out in advance, but I'm not positive about that.
I just thought of this. I lost Blue Man Group tickets. I was supposed to go see Blue Man Group, and I seen them in Vegas once, like probably 10 years ago. No, it was probably 20 years ago. Yeah, it was probably 20. And I was so excited about seeing the Blue Man Group, and I got for my Christmas present or my birthday present from Whitney in Cleveland at some theater. So I don't know what the theater was. I never heard of the place before. But yeah, they didn't give a refund.
Yeah.
They gave her store credit.
See, and I don't even know if I got that.
Some playhouse in Cleveland or something. I don't know.
Same sort of scenario. I like taking Tesla to plays. That's something her and I do together. We've done it since she was young. She got all dressed up. We went to a couple plays, and she likes doing it. And it's a great memory for the two of us, right?
Oh, yeah.
And we had tickets for Lion King. She wanted to go. That's at the Strand, not the Strand. That's here in Fremont. Stranahan.
Stranahan.
And so that's was obviously postponed, but I haven't heard anything from the Stranahan as to when it's rescheduled.
Yeah.
I don't have a clue.
Yeah.
So,
wow. Yeah. So we're talking just bands. Think about that, like whole productions of plays.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Entertainment in general.
Yeah.
Entertainment in general. It's crazy, man, how that's all been affected. And that's, like I said, small businesses, it's crazy when you get excited that you can go and get takeout and get a drink from, Casa or something, get a margarita. I felt like, wow, I am not one, as the rats, of America or whatever. But I was so excited when I was like so bummed that I couldn't get a margarita from Casa. It's just right around the corner from where I live. And I'm thinking to myself, man, this really sucks. And then it got released and I'm like, yay! Like, how sad am I? But I wasn't alone. It was like they said, it was like a record-breaking margarita night, and then even the Depot, I think one of their pizzas, Ed was telling me that it set a record for the month of the most people's pizza sales on something that they had, and in the middle of the COVID. that is just incredible. That they're able to come, and still come up with that type of record, because even that type of record, they're still not turning the profit because they don't have the people in the house. But they're able to at least survive.
Well, I think that speaks volumes about our community.
Yeah.
Because our community has really gotten behind
Yeah,
stuff.
it is.
Because other communities, they've still
struggle and
they still struggle. There's still businesses failing, and there still is. There probably still is in this area, but
oh yeah, I mean it's not. I mean even like Shelly. Shelly over at Chalukes.
Yeah.
I mean she's been very vocal in the news about it. She's like, look, I made it. I have nobody working for me.
yeah,
I'm working 12-hour shifts. Some people are volunteering to help just so I can pay all the utilities, the bills and stuff, just to stay afloat, hoping that this will go back. So just because they're open doesn't mean they're doing good,
Right.
But like you said, without this continued support of the city, they would definitely be, the city would be in trouble. I mean,
right.
I agree with you. I mean, even Sonny's done a lot of good work and stuff through the city,
God,
promoting all the local businesses. Tom Bowis is another one that's very vocal throughout the city.
Yeah, Jen and I always say we don't understand how he's not
Fat?
300 pounds by this
I'm
point.
gonna go talk to him, man, because I know he's like a.
He has to have gotten huge over
like-
this whole thing.
He's like
We
a,
haven't had band practice, so I can't even see him.
well, maybe he is big. I don't know. I talked to him. I text him, and I did talk to him probably 4 months ago at Jimmy G's. We were there. Doing
Imagine
takeout, whatever. Well, that's where we see each other. I mean, it's not like we're hanging out at a show or anything. But yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know how he does that. He's a Karate Kid guy too. I mean, he knows, he knows karate or jujitsu or something, don't he? Or
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those.
pancreas or whatever.
Pancreas. That's something totally different.
Wow.
I think there's like some type of like karate or something called, not pancreas.
No, I don't think there is.
I don't think there's anything in close to pancreas.
Maybe we'll just edit that out.
That might be a good call.
But yeah, so yeah, I don't know how that is either, because
Yeah.
I eat out and I'm not, I'm not Bones.
No. You're not. But you have lost a lot of weight. I gotta say that.
I did, and then
Still ugly as ever,
And
but you
then-
lost some weight.
I don't know, just I had we had Thanksgiving, and then my oldest daughter got the COVID and stuff or whatever, got a positive test. She was sick, and then so I had to do like the 2 weeks of the quarantine. Dun, 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 right. And I was like, I had vacation. I had that whole week off from Thanksgiving, and then Saturday I get the call that she has that. So I'm like, shit. So I immediately go get a test on Sunday, and my test comes back negative. So I call my EHS guy over in the headquarters and stuff and talk to him, and he's like, I don't care. You have to, what do you call it? You're going to have to quarantine for, at that time, it was 14 days. Ever since then, because then it pretty much, I went back to work for like a week or two, and then Christmas happened, New Year's happened. I worked 2 days off, 4 days, 2 days off. I am so freaking lazy, man. I mean, like, I have no motivation. I sat on the couch today and fell asleep twice, not doing nothing.
Yeah, Jen and I did that over this weekend too.
I'm like, and my mother-in-law was like, "Hey, you tired?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'm just lazy. I don't get."
Well, and how often do you take a breath thinking, "Ooh, was that a normal breath, or was that hard to breathe?" I do that all the time right now. Yeah, like all the.
Wow.
But I have asthma, so I've always had that.
Yeah,
But it's like now I'm so much more in tune to like, oh, that seemed like it was a little harder breath to take than it normally is.
well, I'm like, I get out of the chair like, "Oh my god, oh man, how long have I been in this chair?" That's kind of where I'm at. But ever since that 2 weeks, man, I'm telling you, I'm screwed, man. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
We got a dog with a new house, and she likes to run around the new house all the time.
Right.
So she's never tired. She's always wanting to go. So.
Yep. Well, you got that luck then.
Yeah, I've been out of breath a lot.
I got a fat bulldog that if he tries to get down the steps, he has to take a nap halfway through it. And just looks at me like, "You gonna pick me up?" Hey, are you gonna pick me up here?
Jeez, what is he like? 70 pounds?
65 pound bulldogs. I think it's a damn lapdog.
So, Jamie, I know this is your show. But
No.
I got a little something here, and it feels like we're winding down.
Yeah.
And I just want to discuss some of the losses we've had in 2020 because, it's been pretty significant, whether it's been COVID or not, right?
Right.
And some of the significant losses is, first of all, 2 of them are personal losses for me, and you guys feel free to jump in as you want. But I lost my dog.
Yep, Buster.
Great dog.
Yep.
Awesome
And,
dog.
of course, lost my mom this year. That was both those are very tough, and I lost them pretty close together. Both of those were pretty tough. So that kind of puts the exclamation point on 2020, right?
Right.
But as a community, as a country in whole, I just want to name off some of the notable losses we've had in music, right? So back in January, it was Neil Peart.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people don't like
No.
Rush, but
Well, and a lot of people didn't know about he was sick.
Right.
I mean, he kept it very quiet.
but you can't deny, whether you like Rush or not, that
Oh,
Rush
dude.
was influential in
Dude,
music.
he was an amazing
How often
drummer.
do we hear Rush working at 818?
Oh my God.
Right?
I'm telling you, man. All the time.
Lost Kenny Rogers in March.
Yep.
Yeah.
Another big one. I mean, he didn't look like the Kenny Rogers we remembered. Due
No.
to facelifts, but I mean, we lost him. We lost Bill Withers in March.
Yeah.
That's a big one. I mean, yeah, he wasn't relevant anytime recent, but I mean,
but still,
the
he was
music
still,
he came up with, it's still used today.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Anybody that appreciates music.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, you got to put him in there. I mean, that's for recognition. Yeah,
Absolutely.
most definitely.
And this one here, I always think of you because I know how big a fan you were of him. Brian Howe in May.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was devastating. For
Yeah,
me.
lost him in May.
And he had health issues for the last 5
Bad
years.
Company and Ted Nugent.
Yeah. Yep.
So-
He was a singer for Ted Nugent.
So that was
You
big.
know, and he just got done doing his last album. I mean, just finished it up, and yeah, it was just a crap, man.
Yeah.
That was hard for me. I was like, holy crap. Man.
Yeah. And that goes back to 818.
Oh yeah.
Because that's when he was playing for Bad
Oh
Company.
yeah.
And I remember
Yeah,
that
man,
was
all the good
you,
stuff.
you
Holy
loved-
Water. And,
Yep. Little Richard in May.
oh, I forgot about Richard.
Yeah, I lost Little Richard.
Yeah, I forgot about him.
We lost Charlie Daniels in
Oh
July.
yeah. Yep.
So the devil finally did go down to Georgia.
He did.
That
Right?
was July. It seemed like it was later than
Yeah,
that.
it was July.
Wow. Time flies.
I've seen him in concert.
Yeah.
Really?
He come out with David Allan Coe.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, that was a Kid Rock show. David Allan Coe was a surprise and had brought out Charlie Daniels.
Here-
It was pretty cool.
Here's where it starts getting big for us, right? Because this is the time we came up in. Frankie Benali.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lost him in
Quiet Riot, yeah.
August. And the one that shook the world. In October, we lost Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Huge.
Yeah.
I mean, and here's the thing. Van Halen, as much as they were, yeah, you got his head stock down there.
Right.
As much
5150, baby.
as much as they weren't so much relevant recently because they couldn't find a lead singer and keep him.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't deny
No.
what any and
Innovative.
I don't care which
Innovative.
Yeah, I don't care
Yeah.
which version of Van Halen you take.
Yeah.
You and I, we got some arguments with people because we're both Sammy Hagar
Oh yeah,
fans.
by far. Yeah.
This clown likes the other one, but
See, I think they got too serious with Hagar.
it was music. I mean,
Yeah,
that
it
was
actually- It wasn't
true-
singing about ice cream, dude.
right.
And California Girls.
wasn't-
I have a video of you singing Ice Cream Man. I don't want to hear it.
But it wasn't just party music at that point. At that point, it was true music, right?
I appreciate that.
I got
appreciate
tricked
that.
into that too, by the way.
No, you didn't.
John Glock talked me into that actually.
You could have said no. Never mind.
I know. Damn it. Technology.
Fine. So Eddie Van Halen was a huge one. That was October. I mean, and we're still talking about that today.
Yeah.
I mean,
Did you not to put him down at any disrespect him by this, but did you hear Wolfgang's song that he released?
I did.
Oh my God!
Dude,
You watched
that
the
is
video.
amazing. Oh,
Yeah.
the video was just
Yeah.
heartbreaking. If you guys have not seen this video, you need to check out Wolfie's video. It is. I may even share it on the Facebook page because I'm telling you right now, man, this video. If you don't get choked up in it, then you are heartless.
Right,
I mean,
right.
because I'm telling you, it is. And then the ending of the video with the recording of
voicemail?
him leaving the voicemail to Wolfie saying, hey son, just get a hold
Oh,
of
see,
your dad,
I
you know?
didn't see that.
Oh,
I just
yeah.
heard the song. I'm gonna
Oh
check out
no!
the video
Watch
then.
the whole video at the end.
Okay.
It's the last voicemail that he has
Wow.
from his dad, and he kept that and put it at the end of the song.
And you know,
Dude, freaking awesome! And I was like blown away how the twist of style of music that Woofy, because I was just like everybody else, just thinking, oh, it's gonna be like Van Halen, and it's
Right.
not. But
Right.
holy, Jem was like, wow, that is really good.
Yeah.
I'm like, crazy.
when I heard the song, I definitely liked the song.
Yeah.
And yeah, you would hope he wouldn't be just like his dad, but maybe
Some type of
some trace
right.
of it there.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, that song seems like he wrote it about his dad, but like
Yeah.
Eddie was talking about this album he had coming out. He's like,
Yeah.
this stuff is great. It doesn't sound like me, and thank God he doesn't want it to,
Right.
good or bad. But it's like, so he wrote that song, and like with that video, did he have his dad in mind? Did he know what was going on?
I don't. I listened to the interview he did, and it didn't talk a whole lot about as far as if he wrote it pre or
Yeah,
you know,
so
after.
he did an interview with Howard Stern. And I didn't get to listen to the whole interview, but it sounded to me, and I could be wrong, but it sounded like that was written after his dad had
that
passed.
song did. Okay.
That's what it sounded like
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Well, it probably wrote itself.
I'm
But
telling you what. Yeah, I mean, if
yeah.
you listen to the lyrics and the video, it's almost like it did. I
But-
mean,
Yeah.
I mean, if you read Sammy Hagar's book, Sammy Hagar talked he talked good, but he also talked bad about Van Halen and Eddie Van Halen in that book. And for them to turn around toward the end there and kind of try to make up makes you realize, okay, that was just some bullshit in the past.
yeah,
Yep.
And it's over with, and he realized how much that was
Right.
just bullshit. So at least
Yeah.
it's over. But Eddie Van Halen, probably the biggest one of 2020
yeah.
for most people our
yeah,
age.
for musicians and fans. of
But
music.
then there was a final one that came just on December 30th. Alto Reed, who was the saxophone player for Bob Seger.
Yeah, Bob
So
Seger,
turn the page. That
Yeah.
saxophone that you hear on
Yeah.
that is this Alto Reed.
Yeah.
And we may not have heard the name before today, or before the day he died, but I mean, that's iconic
The presence of
music.
that-
That's iconic music that you hear, and you don't know that person, but you know that you know that
part of that song,
saxophone
yeah.
riff.
When that saxophone kicks in, you know what's going on.
Right. So
Yeah, no, yeah. I seen that he passed away too, man. That's crazy. I
That-
can't
that-
remember. He
some-
was like one of the original guys that's been with him from the beginning.
like
It
70,
was like
73, I think
73
they
or
said.
so. It was
yeah.
like insane. Like wow, before I was born.
So yeah, before I was born. So
Yeah.
I mean, I just want to make sure we brought all that up before we signed off.
That's
today.
pretty
Is that
sweet.
when-
man.
Because if we're talking about 2020, I mean, you'd be remiss to talk about those people that
that
were
did-
influential.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's kind of like the Oscars. We got the in memoriam.
There you go.
Screw the Oscars, man. Fuck them.
So how are we gonna wrap this thing up?
Well, I just wrap it up like a present, baby. Oh my god. Well, the only way fitting I see is to go ahead and play another Evil Jones song, and we'll run them on out here. You can check us out on Facebook, the JPH podcast, Dirty Laundry and White Lies. You can check us out on the YouTube channel as well, JPH podcast. Here's a little Evil Jones for you as we take you out. Thank everybody for listening. This will be a monthly podcast that we will be producing towards probably the end of every month. So we'll probably be releasing this.